From the outside, Princess Leonor's life may seem almost perfect. Royal palaces, elegant ceremonies, worldwide attention, a future filled with prestige. The title of future queen. To many people, it may look like a dream life. But what if the truth feels far more complicated? What if behind the royal image exists a reality filled with pressure, sacrifice, uncertainty, and emotional challenges few people fully understand? Because sometimes the lives that appear most extraordinary also carry struggles nobody easily sees. Today, we're exploring one emotional question. Why does Princess Leonor's life feel more complicated than people think? Because perhaps the hardest parts of her journey happen quietly, far away from cameras. Let's explore. Her future may already feel decided. Most people grow up slowly figuring out what they want from life. Dreams change, plans shift, choices stay open, but perhaps Princess Leonor's reality feels different. Future queen, public responsibility, national expectations, a role already waiting. That alone could feel emotionally complicated. Because maybe one difficult truth quietly follows royal life. When much of the future feels planned, freedom sometimes feels more limited. Perhaps Leonor sometimes carries questions many people never face. How much choice truly exists? How much belongs to duty? And how much belongs to personal happiness? Those questions alone feel enormous. The pressure of constant attention. Imagine growing up while millions watch. Every appearance discussed, every expression analyzed, every decision noticed. Public life rarely leaves much room for mistakes. Perhaps one quiet challenge Princess Leonor faces involves the pressure to always appear composed, strong, confident, prepared, even during difficult moments. Because maybe one emotional truth feels universal. Nobody feels perfect every day. Yet public expectation sometimes demands perfection anyway. That reality alone could quietly feel exhausting. Balancing personal life with responsibility. Here's another reason life may feel more complicated than people realize. Ordinary experiences may not always feel ordinary. Friendships, relationships, privacy, freedom, simple moments. Perhaps Princess Leonor sometimes experiences emotional tension between being a young woman and preparing for extraordinary responsibility. Wanting personal space, while carrying public expectations. Wanting freedom, while understanding duty. Perhaps one painful truth quietly exists. Extraordinary lives sometimes ask for ordinary sacrifices. And maybe that balance never feels simple. King Felipe may understand her struggles deeply. Here's something emotional worth considering. Perhaps King Felipe understands Princess Leonor better than most people realize. After all, he once carried similar expectations. Preparation, public attention, responsibility arriving early. Maybe because of that experience, he notices pressures others overlook. Stress hidden behind calm, emotion hidden behind confidence, and perhaps one quiet role matters deeply. Helping Leonor understand she doesn't need to carry everything alone. Because sometimes people understand difficult roads best when they've already walked them. Queen Letizia may worry about the emotional cost. What if Queen Letizia quietly worries more than people know? Mothers often notice invisible struggles. Stress, pressure, emotional exhaustion, moments where someone feels overwhelmed. Perhaps one concern quietly follows her. Making sure Princess Leonor stays emotionally strong without losing herself. Because maybe one truth matters deeply. Preparation matters, but emotional well-being matters too. And perhaps balancing those things feels harder than people realize. The challenge of always representing something bigger. Here's something many people rarely think about. Princess Leonor may not only represent herself. She may represent history, tradition, national identity, the future of the Spanish monarchy. That responsibility alone could feel emotionally complicated. Because maybe one truth quietly follows extraordinary roles. Sometimes personal feelings must stand beside public duty. And balancing both may never feel easy. Why stories like this feel so relatable? People connect emotionally with stories like this because complicated lives feel universal. Family pressure, expectation, responsibility, trying to balance happiness with obligation. Those feelings exist everywhere, inside palaces, inside ordinary homes. Because one emotional truth feels familiar. Sometimes life feels much harder than people assume from the outside. And perhaps that possibility makes Princess Leonor feel more relatable than expected. Maybe the hardest part is finding her own path. But perhaps here's the deeper challenge. What if the hardest part isn't responsibility itself, but identity, finding personal happiness, staying authentic, growing into herself while preparing for something enormous? Because maybe one truth matters most. Even extraordinary futures still require ordinary self-discovery. And perhaps learning who she truly is becomes one of Princess Leonor's biggest challenges of all. The human side people sometimes forget. Sometimes people see only titles. Princess, future queen, royal appearances, public image, but beneath all of that still exists something deeply ordinary. A young person growing up, facing pressure, trying to understand life, trying to find balance, and perhaps one emotional truth feels hardest to ignore. Even someone living an extraordinary life may quietly carry worries nobody fully sees. So, why does Princess Leonor's life feel more complicated than people think? Perhaps pressure, responsibility, public attention, sacrifice, the challenge of balancing personal happiness with extraordinary expectation. But maybe one hopeful truth matters too. Complicated journeys often build remarkable strength. What do you think? Could Princess Leonor's life feel far more difficult than people realize? Or do you think royal life makes things easier? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more royal stories, hidden truths, and fascinating discussions.